The blog of the week goes as follows. Medicare for All was the Democratic debate loser, but we must surge on. I hear that CNN was the big loser and many others during the Democratic debate. The big loser was Medicare for All. Martin Luther King bucked the status quo, fighting for civil rights for 13% of the population. Brave allies joined the movement. We have lost something. Too many have lost the will to fight for what is right, what is just. Too many have allowed willful ignorance and smoke and mirrors to reign. Even as almost 30 million are uninsured, millions more cannot afford to use the insurance they have. Our healthcare system kills from neglect. If we treated politicians who create policies that harm the way we treat people who willfully hurt others, they would be charged with voluntary manslaughter. The number of Americans that die because they either cannot get health care or do not dare use their insurance because it is too costly is staggering. And guess what? It is more than 13% MLK fought for. It is more than the 13% MLK fought for. Look, the well-designed lies of the pharmaceutical, insurance, and other arms of the healthcare industrial complex are great at spinning that the Obamacare they once hated, even as they stymied the public option then, is somehow what we should want now. You see, as they saw Medicare for All getting traction, they realized their deception could be over. So it is time for a new deception must begin. Now they want to enhance Obamacare with the public option. Here is the fraud. Insurance companies are well apt at directional marketing and micro-targeting. Even if the government keeps the law as is and forces insurance companies to take sick people and people with pre-existing conditions, they will find ways to channel the sick to the public option. When the public option proves to be more expensive per capita, they will say, you see, the private sector is more cost effective. No, they just created a bastardized risk pool. And of course, that will work because they know they have taught Americans to forget math. That is the only reason health insurance companies can possibly be viable. It is mathematically impossible for private insurance companies to be less expensive than a single payer insurance. Insurance must pay because insurance must pay hundreds of executives, duplicative services like advertising, shareholders, and much more. And the evidence is that we pay more for health care than anyone else. In other words, the theory and the reality are strict and right here in our faces. Yet, we allow lying corporatists and disingenuous politicians to screw us by taking our wealth. So, who lost the debate last night? Medicare for All did. Elizabeth Warren, likely the most intelligent and mathematically knowledgeable person on stage, could not utter the word Medicare for All. I will support the Democratic nominee. I have been vacillating between Warren and Sanders. I have not yet given up on her, but I'm pretty damn close. A leader brings people in, convinces them of their conviction. Bernie has brought a large part of the party to discuss things it would not have touched before. That is what makes a leader. That is leadership. When progressive policies are presented to Americans, they always choose progressive policies by way north of 50% until they are cloaked with lies. In other words, even Republicans come out and say, yes, we want progressive policies when not cloaked in lies. While Medicare for All has lost temporarily, I am calling on activists to not cower. The corrupt and evil organization Partnership for America's Health Care Future has unlimited resources. But you know what we have? We have flesh and blood and real people who do not work for the corporatocracy or who are not gullible to these frauds. Let's bring more people in. Those who thought they did not matter. Let's ensure they matter. We are at a crossroads, and failure means more of your families, more of your neighbors, more of your friends, more of your acquaintances will either die, go bankrupt, be financially strained, denied education, or denied a menial inheritance because our current healthcare system is a legal fraud. It's a legal, fraudulent extractor of your wealth. My mother-in-law died last week. Had she stabilized from her massive stroke, it could have bankrupted the family over time. That is a sad reality. This happens only in America. This happens only to those who decide to allow lies from a corporatocracy to infect their minds. We need to wake up and stop allowing the crooks to continue the reality we can see with our own eyes, but that they are telling us we are not seeing. In this Democratic primary, I will only support Democratic primary candidates who vow to fight for Medicare for all. It is existential for many, and I will call out each candidate that fails to support that which America needs. And I vow to use all of my platform with your help to inform and educate about the reasons we must have Medicare for all. It is math. It is morality.